I think so. I mean, 42-3, you tell me. I think so.
And then just talk about what you saw on the long touchdown.
I saw a hole. I saw the corner try to crash down. I hit him with a jump cut, and then it was green grass. And I saw JJ come by me, and I slowed down for him so he get in front of me. I think he took out like 2 people, and then it was over from that, you know. It was a great play by JJ. That was awesome. I ain't never see a quarterback do something like that.
Take our next question in the back.
Blake, when you look at where this offense is now as opposed to where it was a year ago, what do you think has been Josh Gaddis' biggest impact on that, and what do you think has been the biggest reason why the offense has changed so much this year?
You know, I think just the commitment from both sources, you know, Coach Gadd and then us believing in him. You know, he committed to the run game early. Well, I think in the interview he said, like, last year he didn't really focus on the run game, but, you know, he's been a tremendous play calling. It's been great.
We also added center Andrew Vastardis.
Next question in the back.
Several of the players that are walking back to Rocky were saying 2%. You guys know what that means?
You mean this or you?
So, beginning of the year, the odds, I don't know, whatever it was 2% likely we'd win the Big Ten championship. That was preseason predictions. I don't know how it works out, but, you know, we believe in each other. We believe in ourselves, but, you know, there's always that little external motivation. So, you know, internally motivated, bring each guy along, but sometimes just some of the stuff that's out there, you just take it and ride with it and fuel the fire. So that's what that was from.
Mm-hmm.
First question, Bill.
And your coach said that this felt like the beginning. You feel like it's the beginning and that you've kind of set the expectations for future classes and that these guys will live up to what this team has accomplished this year?
I think it's the framework for how a team should be. Relational, giving everything you got for the guy beside you. You know, the expectations for how the season goes is going to be high, but I think the framework, the expectation is more so how the team operates within itself, like the brotherhood, the family, the relationships. And, I mean, we've put on a clinic of that this year with our brotherhood, how we care about each other, how we play for each other. And, you know, obviously goals, like accomplishments, all that outside, I think the framework to accomplish all that is what I just talked about.
Take our question down here to the right.
This for both you guys. If you could talk about the chant that you got going for Cade, touch for Heisman, and specifically what he means to you guys and his team.
I think it's pretty self-explanatory. I think he deserves to be the Heisman Trophy winner. And he's showed out every week, been a game changer, and, you know, not just Saturdays. That guy puts it on the line every day in practice, every day in meetings, more dialed in, more committed, more dedicated than any guy I've ever been around. So, you know, how can you not root for a guy like that in our opinion, deserves it fully?
You know, I agree. I mean, he should win the Heisman. You know, he comes into the facility every day. He leads by example, and he just gives it everything he has every time he steps on the field, meetings. It doesn't matter what it is, you know. I think he's proved to the world why he should win the Heisman. You know, he's just a tremendous player. I think he should get drafted #1. But, you know, it's great having a player like that on our team.
Do you have any more questions? Down here in the front.
Andrew, Coach Harbaugh was just in here describing his message last night, just about everything that was at stake today. What do you remember about that message, and how did you guys avoid being affected by the pressure of everything that was at stake?
Mm-hmm. I think just top-down coaches and players, leadership amongst each other, knowing that, you know, we couldn't ride that high from last week and, you know, win that game but let them beat us this game. You know, everyone was dedicated, fully focused on Iowa, and we had one job to do, and that was to come out here and execute and win this game. And, you know, the message last night, all the pressure, like, I don't know if it was pressure, it was just this game meant a lot for this program, this team, this family, these fans, everyone that has had hands on this thing. And, you know, on top of it, we wanted to play for 42, all those that tragically lost their lives in that community and everything. And, you know, it's up to God, man. We scored 42 points tonight, so it's just kind of gave me chills when I noticed that.
Take our next question in the middle.
They seem to really be coming aggressively with their defense in the first half, a lot more check with me in the second half. Talk about the adjustments that you guys made offensively to counter what they were doing.
You know, we came in, coaches talked, had a great plan, and they just said we're gonna go out there, we're gonna see what they're in, we're gonna adjust, and that's what we did. Stay in our stance a little bit longer, stay in that squat, but everyone was dialed in, great communication, and just went out there and knowing that it was 30 minutes to accomplish our dreams, accomplish our goals, and whatever it was going to take. So, made good adjustments and executed really well.
Tough first half for Cade. Can you just talk about his second half and his leadership?
Honestly, no one even thought it was a tough first half for Cade. Like, he's just the calm, cool, collected. What are we going to do to win this game? And that was the message all around.
Take our next question from the back.
There's times when coaches put together new staffs or add new assistants, and it doesn't always work out the way they want chemistry-wise. Why has this group worked so well with the guys that Jim put together going into the season?
I think everyone's just bought in from the jump. It didn't matter who was coming in. Like everyone bought in. Everyone saw a goal. Everyone realized how many people were doubting us. Like you said, 2%. But we believed in each other at the end of the day, and every coach that coach brought in has been tremendous. We play for those coaches. They play for us, and it's been great. I love all those coaches that he's brought in. Coach Hart, and just everyone else. Coach McDonald, and all those guys.
Do you have any more questions? One more in the middle.
I asked like this. Do you feel like you've stated your case to be the number 1 overall seed, Andrew?
Hey, however it shakes down, we're just excited to go out and play more football.
That's right.
We'll take the last one from Dennis.
For both you guys, this is before you got to school, but what went through your mind when you saw who's got it better than us, Spring in Paris and Rome and all that stuff? What went through your mind? I'm sure that attracted you maybe, but just talk about what went through your mind when you saw him come in and get the job.
You want to sit down? That thing's heavy. You mean like before we all came here?
Let's take the table then.
Shoot, I've been a Michigan fan since I was little, always loved this team, loved this program, always wanted to be a part of it, and just coming in at a time where energy was high like that, where we fully believed that, at some point or another during our legacy, something would happen, something would put Michigan back on top, and I think just every guy that's come in after I've been here, because I'm the old head, apparently, but every guy that's come in here after I got here has just bought into that and done everything they could to make that happen. And gosh darn it, I'm just so excited to have people around me that care, love, and each other, and just put it all on the line for each other. Because that's what it's all about.
We added Cade McNamara and some hardware, so.
No, hold on. Is there an extra seat?
We could get an extra seat. You guys got questions? Chris?
Can you just talk about the adjustments in the second half? There was a little more check with me going on, and you really seemed to be aggressive in the first half. How you guys adjusted to that?
Yeah, by the end of the first half, they started bringing some more pressure. And a lot of the drop back game that we had going on was a lot of 5-man protection, and they were bringing one more than we can handle, and they had some success with it. So, we were doing some check with me stuff to make sure that we were in the right play. Obviously, when I'm hot, that's not a good situation. So we did the best we could, and it required the offensive line to be in their stance for a pretty long time. So I know those boys were battling today, and we appreciate them. And we were just able to play Michigan football. I don't think we played our style of football in the first half, and and we knew that, and we regrouped, and we had a good second half.
Talk about Schoonmaker and his big catches that set up touchdowns.
Scooney. Yeah. Scooney had a big game. The tight ends had a phenomenal game. That was a huge play. I'm just so happy for these dudes. It's just, I'm so happy to be a part of this team. And, you could choose any guy who played today who contributed to this game, and the tight ends did for sure.
Bob?
Cade, other guys have talked about the 2%, that was your chances to win the Big Ten, and you're going to be 6-6 and whatnot. We haven't really heard that during the season. Was that simmering below the surface, what you guys were motivated by throughout the season?
Well, we didn't find out the exact statistic till this week. But yeah, 2% for the last week. We thought about 2% the last week. And yeah, I mean, we knew that this team, guys on this team is just, we've gone under some scrutiny. We know that, and we've battled through it. It's just we're just such a great group of guys who just care about each other, and we've really had the mentality of Michigan versus everybody, and I just don't know what much to say other than I love these dudes. Like, really.
Back, Brad.
Cade, I guess I'll put this one to you. At the beginning of the season, when you guys were running the ball and the O-line play was dominant, defensive line play was dominant, and then it continued consistently, there were questions from a lot of us, a lot of people like, watch you guys do it against non-conference teams. In this era of fast-paced football and 500-yard games, maybe considered a little bit boring. But now that you're here, how do you look on the brand of football that you guys won with, and especially in this day and age?
I love the identity that we've created on offense. I think, whether, Coach Harbaugh said whether you travel through the air or on the ground, it doesn't matter. As long as we're scoring touchdowns. And, I just love the physicality of this offense, I think is the greatest attribute.
It's crazy.
And, I mean, toughness is something that, we take to heart, and that we have made our identity that. And I just love the identity that we've created, no matter what the style of football is at this day and age.
In the middle, Michael.
Could you just describe what it was like to come back from your injury and what that rehab process was like, and along the way, what you thought of Hassan's performances filling in and recovering?
I mean, Hassan performed all year, even like before I was injured. He was performing, but it just took a lot of hours in the training room with the trainers. A lot of rehab. I was trying to do everything to get back. I'm still not 100% yet, but I'm still going to get back into the training room and rehab until it gets back to 100. But it was tough. Because, I want to be out there with the guys. I want to be running behind V, and I want Cade to hand it off to me, or blocking for Cade, making sure I pick up a block. But, watching those guys like Hassan and Donovan, come together and perform, I loved it. I always want to see other people be successful. And that's why I think this team is so special, because, we all want each other to be successful. Like, we don't care who scores the touchdowns. We don't care who scores who gets the rushing yards or the tackles, whatever it may be. We just want to win, and when you want to win, you don't care.
Back right.
This is for Cade. Coming out of the half, the defense gets that stop. You guys go on that 10-play drive, which kind of fits the personality that you've been talking about. How huge was that at that moment to enforce Michigan football on that football game?
Yeah, I think, a strength of this team is our ability to play complementary football. It just seems like, when we need a stop, the defense makes a stop. When we need a touchdown, we score a touchdown. And I think, as you mentioned, just, the magnitude of that drive, it set the tone for the second half. And, it's just Michigan football playing Michigan football. And that's just, we're obviously, once we get back on track like that, it's a good feeling. And honestly, it's a feeling that we feel that we just can't be stopped. We just need the opportunities. And, I'm just, glad that we were able to make the adjustments. The coaches did a great job of prepping us. And, yeah, it was a big drive for us for sure.
You guys have anything else for them? Angelique?
Jim was in here talking about how much he loves his team. But do you guys ever sit back and think about what he's gone through this season, taking the pay cut with the contract extension, changing the staff to make this work?
Yeah, I actually one of the first things I thought of after we won was Coach Harbaugh, and I think that happened against Ohio State. That happened here today again. It's just after last season, it was so tough, and not just for us players, but for Coach Harbaugh as well. And we know that there's not one person who cares about Michigan more than Coach Harbaugh. And, this team, we came together and, we want to win for Coach Harbaugh too. And, we're just so happy that we were able to, give him that joy because he deserves it.
Can I also ask you what you think of Donovan Edwards' arm?
Dude drops dimes, and I mean, I was shocked. He hasn't thrown a ball like that in practice, let me tell you, or else I might be second string. But yeah, he's just an extremely athletic player, and, he contributes to the offense in his unique way, and yeah, he's a gamer, I guess, with the arm.
And he can pass.
Yeah, it was a dime.